So welcome to another video from theplayers8.com. My name's Alexander.
And I'm Grant.
And today we're here with Dan Leeder from Noble Knight Games. It's a nice Noble Knight Games hat. Thank you very much. We decided to make a trip up here to visit.
Not a trip, a pilgrimage.
An odyssey.
An odyssey. This is like a mecca for wargamers and board gamers.
It is.
Right?
And it's been very amazing coming here. We're up in Fitchburg, Wisconsin. It's the headquarters of Noble Knight Games. As you know, they're a sponsor of ours, and we're very grateful for our partnership with you guys. And it's been really cool to come up here to meet everyone, to see the facilities, to see the great storefront that you have. And it's been wonderful. But wanted to just kind of sit down and have a chat and let you kind of introduce yourself and tell everyone a bit more about kind of Noble Knight Games. So let's start off with kind of who we are and how we got started here at Noble Knight.
Sure. Well, first of all, guys, it's great to have you guys here. Love having you guys here. Love your channel. And we're so happy to have you the next couple days. So my name's Dan Leeder. My brother Aaron is the founder and owner of Noble Knight. I worked in corporate America for a number of years and got tired of that and came on to Noble Knight about 7 years ago. And it's been great. So
Noble Knight was established in
1997.
97.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yep, my brother was started out of his home and started buying D&D books and reselling them, and that's how Noble Knight was founded. And a couple of years later, moved into war games, and the business just grew from there. It started out as Aaron's Out of Print Games was the name of the company. It was a little AOL.com site at the time. It was an all text-based website, so you just had went to Aaron's Out of Print Games, and it listed the
games,
the Avalon Hill title and the SPI title.
Nice,
and,
but no pictures.
There was not one picture. Yeah,
that's awesome.
So that's how it started.
Is there a story behind the name Noble Knight when that changed?
So Noble Knight was just a an incarnation of the name. There was no big great story behind it or anything like that.
It just sounded cool.
It just sounded cool,
and it
basically.
is.
Yeah.
Well, and I would say your commercials are fantastic. The ones you guys do on like Facebook and
Right.
Just
They're very
really
down
good.
home, very Wisconsin.
Picking and I saw the guy that is picking the games off of the trees. I saw him back there.
Right.
It looks like a Viking. He had like I don't remember his name.
His name is his first name is Steve. We call him Stevel.
Stevel. Okay. Is he evil?
In a certain way.
Okay,
yeah.
all right. But he picking the games off the trees and just smelling them like they're freshly picked. I just think that's fantastic.
Yeah, we get a lot of nice compliments that are are off the wall commercials.
Yeah. Well, they set a good tone, so they kind of tell us a lot about who Noble Knight is.
Yeah, we like to have a lot of fun.
So the location that we're in here in Fitchburg, I know we weren't always here. And what's the journey to get to where we are now?
Sure. So Aaron started the business out of his house, and it grew. It was one bookshelf, right, and then it was one room, and then it was the whole upstairs, and then you go over to his house, and you can't walk down a hallway without turning sideways and
with
walking
boxes
down the hallway.
and.
So then he rented a building.
We call that hoarding.
Basically.
Okay, got it.
Under the guise of the business.
Sure.
And then in 2006, I believe it was, Aaron built a building in Janesville.
Okay.
And so that's where the business was for about 20 years. And then about 5 or 6 years ago, we were spread across multiple locations, had a couple storage units, and at that time we said, all right, let's get everything under one roof. And so we decided to make the move to Madison in the Fitchburg area, and we constructed this building, and here we are today.
And this is 45,000 square feet, you said?
45,000 square feet.
I've got a full technical readout in my memory of it, so we know every square inch.
Right.
We did get to walk the warehouse. It was very interesting.
And it was very big. And
lots of games.
And I have on good authority, they still have other locations.
Yeah, right.
That's true.
So keep sending your games in. Make it a problem for them.
Right.
Well, and it's a good service. We often say that because we've found some of the harder to find, out of print, or just rare games that we've bought over the years as we've played them, and I feel like it's a really good service. Obviously, it's a business. You got to make money.
Right.
You know, you employ how many people here?
We've got about 75 employees.
75 employees. So you're trying to sell games and make money, but it's a really great service to gamers and to war gamers in particular, because some of those old Avalon Hill games, I saw them.
Oh, yeah.
I walked by them.
Oh, yeah. Right.
So if there's something you're thinking about, check out Noble Knight, because you've probably got it.
Yeah, absolutely. Buy sell trade program it's the foundation of our business. It's what we're known for, and we love to hear that we provide a valuable service. We believe in that, and yeah, we like to recycle games and give them new homes, and that's what the business is all about. So
And the nice thing is that there's also new games here as well. Like
right.
you can come in, get the latest releases, brand new and shrink straight from the publishers too. But then, what I loved was we just walked kind of around the storefront, and it was like, there's the new stuff, but then there's also mixed in with that some of those old gems and secondhand stuff.
Right.
And it's really cool to see all of that in one place, kind of next to each other. That's been a joy to go around and like just pick through everything and like
Yeah.
see what's there.
We had a good time just walking in your storefront. That was
Right.
pretty fun.
yeah, we have all the new and all the gems. So it's good.
Sure. Well, and you're more than just games, right? You guys have, talk about the variety of your products.
Sure, yeah. So we're carrying anything tabletop gaming related, lots of geek culture. So anything from RPGs to board games to art to toys, action figures,
Miniatures.
models, miniatures. Yes, we've got quite the selection.
Well, and I'm impressed with your dice as well. You have a couple of different companies that have their dice represented there. One is Critical Role that we discovered this summer at Gen Con. C4 Labs, I think, was the other one that I saw. Or
Yeah, we have. I'd have to go look to see exactly how many we have, but I would
Sure.
guess that we've got over 100 dice suppliers.
Different dice suppliers, yeah.
We've got all sorts of. In fact, we did a special article that I can send you the link for about
Okay.
all the unique dice that we carry.
Sure.
So we've got everything from your D6s and poly sets to skew dice and off balance dice and all sorts of.
Well, I know we
dice.
recently
Yeah.
bought all the sets of D10,000 that were on the website.
Yeah,
Right.
for Hackmaster.
Oh, okay.
Right at the moment.
Okay.
We have a group that there's 7 of us, and nobody has D10,000 dice, so we bought a couple of sets, and we aren't sharing them. I'm not letting others roll my dice. But I will say this: the one thing about gamers, dice it's like crack.
You
I mean,
can't have too many dice.
I have
Yeah.
so many dice that it's ridiculous.
No, I'm a dice goblin. I'm a dice hoarder. Give me
Yeah.
all the dice.
And I keep saying I'm just going to get rid of some of those, but I can't.
You can't do it.
I've got 2 or 3 bags of dice,
Yeah.
and I take the same 2 or 3 sets I think to my sessions, but that's fine.
I've been using
there's
the
nothing
same
wrong
one for
with that.
20 years, but I need more.
Yeah. Well, one thing I wanted to ask you about, because I know you took over for your brother as your brother either retired or stepped away or went in another direction.
Right.
You were in corporate America before.
I was.
How does this compare to corporate America for you? It's still a business.
It's still a business, but there's not the travel. I was traveling all the time, and so I don't miss that, and it's so much more fun.
Yeah.
I get to work with games every day, and we're doing something new every day, and it's such a fun industry to work in. And, I just enjoy my job every day.
Okay. So maybe take us through, what do you do in your job every day? I mean, do you take calls from publishers, suppliers?
So I mean, a day today for me. So I'm overseeing Noble Knight, so I could be going into the bank account in the morning and make sure we have enough to pay payroll.
Sure.
Right? And then the next
Keep the
day
lights
I'm-
on.
Next day I'm talking. The next hour I'm talking to our programmer about a change on our website, perhaps to make the website better. And then later in the day I might be talking to our warehouse about how picking's going for the day. And so it's a mixed bag. It's every day is different and different project. And next day I'm working on the next marketing plan or the next sale.
Sure.
That we're gonna put in place.
You guys always
So,
offer great sales, and we try to promote those as well and share them.
Right.
And it's good. Gamers love to know that games are on discount and they can
Right.
save $1 or $2. And
Right.
that's why we're gamers.
Yes.
We're addicted to games.
Right.
We want more
We need
games.
more of them.
Yeah. So and go ahead.
Just want to say, so one of the things, I think a lot of people know Noble Knight through their website, buying, selling, trading games, but there is a physical storefront here with a gaming, kind of open gaming space with a library. What kind of events do you run here that people in the area or people traveling here can kind of expect and come to?
Sure. So we've got our place space is about 2,700 square feet, and so we've got a bunch of different tables from miniature high tops to different tables that you can put together to play any type of game. We've got a group of folks playing Scrabble right now.
Yep, we saw that.
But we've Monday nights we play role playing games. We've got an
Okay.
out of print role playing game night. We've got a wargamer group that comes in once a month usually. We've got a big paint club, so we've got people that come in. We'll have 50 people come in here once a month and
Paint miniatures,
paint
yeah.
minis, yeah, and
Nice.
they'll teach new folks how to paint and base and that as well. And so yeah, really any type of gaming that you can think of. We've got a lot of miniature gamers playing Star Wars Legion and Warhammer, Age of Sigmar, all sorts of different miniature games. So it's really any type of game you can think of in tabletop gaming. Magic the Gathering, popular. Pokemon on the weekends.
Do you guys run tournaments for those, like Pokemon, Magic the Gathering?
We've got a mixture of casual events and competitive events. So I would say most of our events here are casual. So
Okay.
anybody that can come in and play, whether you've got a lot of experience or not. But then there's some competitive events too. So for Magic, for example, we have this year we've done 3 or 4 regional championship qualifiers for Magic, for example. So yeah,
Well, I will say about your playing area, it's very inviting, very
Thanks.
clean, lots of lighting.
Right.
And there's a snack machine and a soda machine right there. So I don't know what else gamers could want.
No, it's got everything.
Come here and play, and then you know what? If you lose your dice, you can go buy a die, or
Right.
you know, you run out of paint, you can go buy a thing of paint. It's just really a great setup, kind of a gamer's paradise, frankly.
Yeah, yeah. And if
So-
you want to play a new game, something you haven't played before, we have our free game library, so you can try it
Yeah.
before you buy it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we've got that as well.
One other question I wanted to ask you, because we saw, I think you have 7 warehouse folks, or am I undercounting that?
We've got about 20 folks in our
Okay,
warehouse.
you had a couple of shifts, I think you said.
We do.
Yeah, because
Yep.
people order all hours of the night, and
Right.
yeah,
Yeah,
from
we've
different
got-
countries, and
Yep, 2 shifts, 7 days a week, and that's one of the things that we really strive for is to get your order out quickly.
Yeah.
So a lot of times you send an order in at 10 a.m. It's packed and ready to go by 4 p.m. for
yeah,
example.
yeah.
And so that's
We've
something
gotten
we strive
several
for.
very quickly, couple of 2-3
Yeah,
days.
and I'm always impressed with the service from Noble Knight, and massive credit to the warehouse crew because they do an incredible job. Like
Right.
we're only in Indianapolis, but it's a 2-3 day turnaround at most if I'm putting an order in,
Yeah.
even if it's like at 10 p.m. on a Tuesday night.
Yeah.
Yeah, our goal is to get your games to you as quick as you can so you can start enjoying them.
Yeah.
So.
How many games would you say you guys do ship out, say, in a week?
Oh boy, we ship about 700 orders a day usually
Okay.
on average, and so as far as items, that would be oh boy, I got to do some math here.
Sure, yeah. Well, none of us like math.
Some amount.
A couple thousand a day.
Yeah,
couple
yeah,
thousand
yeah.
items a day. Yeah,
Okay,
on average.
nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's impressive. And there's a lot of games there. We were impressed walking through the, felt like Indiana Jones in the Raiders of the Lost Ark,
Yeah,
the archives.
It's
So
incredible.
very cool.
Yeah.
And you just walking around, you're like it's rare gems and amazing things
Yeah.
back there. It's so good.
One thing I was impressed about with the warehouse, sometimes games are musty, right?
Right.
They've been in a basement, or maybe some of them got a little wet at one time, and
Right.
I've smelled many a musty game. Others that we
Yes.
bought in trades, or you're like, oh, these smells like smoke, or I didn't smell must. I didn't smell smoke.
Right.
Warehouse smelled rather fresh.
The climate control
So
is on
yeah,
board. that's
so
for
that
sure.
was really cool, and very cool to walk down those aisles and see like all those GMT games sitting there, and we saw tons of Compass and Avalon Hill, and so you guys have got a lot of choice.
It's also a little jarring because the warehouse is massive, but it's so full that it's like a sound cancelling room. There's no echo whatsoever.
Yeah.
And you're like,
This is true.
they're very tall ceilings, but it's very quite like a library. It's great.
I felt like there was a hallowed reverence there.
Almost.
So anyway, kind of fun, and the buy sell trade. We brought a Jeep load of
And
of
when
games.
he says a Jeep load, we literally picked my car because it can fit more stuff in it, and
Yeah.
we filled it all the way up. And they was so good and just like did it right there and then, and apparently wasn't super abnormal. So
yeah.
don't
I kept
be-
feeling bad about
It's
it,
like,
and
yeah,
they're like,
are we
we-
an
Just another day here.
inconvenience?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you had mentioned, I'm not going to, but you had mentioned one customer you guys had to hire a moving company
We did.
to
yeah,
go
he's-
out and.
Yeah,
like
he was quite the collector, and yeah, we had to have.
You're talking to a lot of collectors, by the
Sure,
way, right
yeah,
now.
He had 12 or 14 movers come out and box up his collection and put it on a truck and send it this way. So
53-foot semi truck.
it was
You
a
said,
full
right?
semi truck.
Wow, that's a lot of games.
Yep.
And I don't know when this is going out, but I'm pretty sure I just heard that there is a Drive Your Games Up Here promotion coming soon.
We do, yes. In about 2 weeks, October 6th through 8th, we have our local
Okay.
Store trade days, and so
Okay.
you come in and We'll reimburse you for your gas up to the.
Dang.
Yeah, so if you come out, you can get some extra, free up some room in your closet, and
Lots and lots of room.
So let me ask this question: if you live in Florida and you drive 2 games up, are you going to reimburse my gas?
It's up to 10% of the
Okay,
trade value.
got it. There you go. Okay,
Yeah. But
want to
if you
make
live
sure
in
that's
Florida,
clear.
We can send you shipping labels though.
Okay, there you
Free
go.
shipping
There
to
you go.
we
Yeah,
pay
that would
for
be
it.
a far drive. But,
Right.
I mean, we drove 5 hours. That's not bad. 4.5 to
Yeah.
5 hours. We stopped and we actually got lost one time. We were making a video in the car. Many people know we make car videos.
Was it just one time?
Yeah, and we kind of pulled off the wrong way, and we're like, oh, we got to figure this out. But, you know, it's close, and there's a lot of good stuff around. There's hotels here. There's restaurants. Fitchburg seems to be a quiet town, but 30 or 35,000 people, I think, is... So you've got a good base to draw from and a
Yeah,
robust
there's a lot
gaming.
to do in the area. Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. Yeah, and at the trade days, we'll have a lot of people that do make the commute. We'll have people come
Okay.
down from Minneapolis and up from Kansas City. and
Nice.
They'll make a
That's
they'll make
awesome.
a 4 or 5 hour commute.
Yeah, that's
and
awesome.
Hang out for the
Okay.
day or the weekend.
Well, definitely we will try to get this out before
Yes.
before that. That'd be kind of cool. Well, awesome.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's we've only been here a few hours, and it's already well worth the trip up here
Oh,
that we
yeah.
spent in the car and we'll spend going back. So if this is something you're interested in at all, I would highly recommend making a trip up to Noble Night Games just to kind of look around the game store, spend some time doing the gaming here as well.
Once again, it's not a trip; it's a pilgrimage.
Yes.
If you're a real gamer, this is where you want to come. This is like the mecca of gaming.
Yes.
So, Dice Tower would probably be one of those as well.
Right.
And we go to Gen Con every year. That's kind of a pilgrimage, but it's down the street for us.
Yeah.
But definitely Noble Night Games here in Fitchburg. Say Wisconsin.
Wisconsin.
Okay, there you go.
can't believe you
I don't
asked
really
him to do
say it
that.
right. I'm a Hoosier, but anyway.
But yes, thank you very much for sitting down with us, spending some time with us here.
Thanks for
And,
coming, you guys.
yeah.
Really great to have you.
Very welcome, and appreciate everyone for tuning in. I've been Alexander for thePlayers8.com.
And I'm Grant.